Hello and welcome. This is Lyrical, also known as Mommy, and today we are cooking with HelloFresh, and we are doing balsamic chicken rustico. The rustico part of it is we have root vegetables to bake. So I've already made the root vegetables only because it took 30 minutes for them to bake. What it was you took the Yukon potatoes that come in it. I had to throw one of them away because it was soft. I've had to do that a lot with HelloFresh lately. I don't know if things are getting bounced around, but things are so bruised that you can't use them. So one potato missing. This is the potatoes, carrots. It has something called Proventical or something like that. Let me see what it says. Herbes de Provence. Okay. It is basil, rosemary, thyme, lavender, marjoram, parsley, fennel, and tarragon. It said to use basically the whole little bag. This little bag actually has the serving size this time. It is 1 tablespoon. Also, I went ahead and cut up half of an onion. I did slightly less because we know how our onions are going lately. This time it was a white onion, and hopefully it won't be as strong as those red onions that we've had. Little tomatoes, the little grape tomatoes, I had to slice those in half, and that is mixed in this bowl with balsamic vinegar and honey, and it's ready. And garlic. I had to mince some garlic. It's going to go in the pan after I cook the chicken. The chicken is just supposed to be cooked enough that it kind of sears it, and then it's going to go, you take it out because it has to bake. And then you make a little sauce with this stuff and pour it over top and finish baking the chicken. So I've already had the pan warming up over here. And I have the chicken already over here. It's just a little salt and pepper on it. And there we go. Just a little searing to it. Got a little something on the side of my hand there. I've lost my tongs 3 times today. Oh, here they are. I had already made the, we had some pork in a wonton wrapper. I did not videotape, only because it took forever to make all of those little wrappers. It was a pack of wrappers about that high, and they're really thin. I think I must have made 20 little wonton wrappers. I know I ate my fill, Lee ate his fill, and he took the rest home to Gina, unless you ate them all.
She ate those and I ate the salad.
Okay. The little salad was nice. It was cabbage and carrots. And the carrots, I just took the grater and grated it into the salad. And it was supposed to be just a vinegar with salt, pepper, and sugar. It didn't have any flavor, I can tell you. It was pretty bland, even after setting for probably an hour, because it took me about an hour to do all of those wontons. So by the time I hit your camera. There we go. By the time I did all of that stuff had been setting, which is what it said. You know, you should let it set so it brings the flavor out. No flavor. So I wound up taking some salad dressing and added that with the vinegar and sugar and stuff that was already in there. Kind of made it a little bit of a creamy coleslaw type of a salad. Not a whole lot. It wasn't like real creamy, but just enough. It had to have some kind of a flavor in there because it was just non-existent. I need a bowl to put the potatoes in. So I've got to use this pan to cook the chicken on. As you can see, those seasonings are really coated on there, so hopefully that's not a bad thing. Because that tablespoon was a lot, probably because I was missing a potato. I don't know. All right. So this was just enough to sear it a bit. And then I'm going to put the these onions in there. One piece of chicken is thicker than the other. I'm always worried it won't get done. I'm sorry, Lee, I keep hitting your camera. Like, I'm sorry. I just know it's going to be like jiggly. That is supposed to be a growl from the little Poppy Puppy. She's a whole 3 pounds, 2.8 ounces now. So she's a little bit of schmidgen nothing. She, oh, you're scaring the baby. Oh, here she is. Here she is. She's like, what are you doing to me? She looks like nothing but hair, I'm sure. She needs a haircut because she's never had one. Here we are. Little Poppy. She's 5 months old. Yeah. Okay. Go back down. Okay. Grandma's got to finish cooking. But there was enough oil in there left from the chicken. I didn't add any extra. And then with that balsamic and the honey in there, it made a bit of a juice. So what it said is it wants it to cook down until the sauce is thick. And then I have to add a tablespoon of butter to it. And then spoon it over top of the chicken. The chicken's going to cook 5 to 7 minutes. So I'm sure we'll probably have to cut back and cut away and something like that, because I'm sure you're not going to want to stand here for 5 minutes and watch me twiddle my thumbs. So the tomatoes were pretty ripe. Again, I mean, I get the box weekly. And by the time, like if it's my busy week, there's a week where I babysit, go to work, off one day, work my weekend, babysit off. So by the time, sometimes I don't get to all 3 dinners in a week. I really don't. And if that weekend comes around and I haven't really started any, I'm just screwed because they don't last. They come Monday afternoon, and by the time I get to them on Monday, a lot of the vegetables are just dead. They're just like wilted away. I have yet to be able to use, I've used a ginger root once. They keep coming and they wilt away really quick, and I'm not sure why. I mean, they're in the box. I'm not touching them. They're loose in the box. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. The green beans that I was supposed to cook for something, they were only 5 days old, and well, 5 days since I had received them, and they had white specks of mold, I guess, on them, so I had to throw all the green beans away. So yeah, I'm not really sure. I just don't know if the vegetables are already old, if I'm just not getting to them quick enough. But it's getting a little frustrating because, you know, it's like $20 a meal, and I'm not getting all the ingredients to last as long as I want. So I'll have to start keeping that in mind. I might have to take a little break from it until I figure out what I need to do. A little salt and pepper. It still hasn't quite thickened up, but I think it's because the tomatoes are really watery because they were getting old. So let me turn up the heat a little bit and see if I can get it to simmer. I still have to put the butter in it. Maybe the butter would help thicken it up. I'm not really sure. So, and I was talking to you and I put the butter back away. So a tablespoon. I'm really curious. They're getting cold already. You can put it over some heat so it keeps warm. That's helping. I turned up the heat so it would start to thicken up a little bit more. Once I put it over the chicken and cook it, that'll be 5 to 7 minutes. So just get this fixed up here. Yeah, it's starting to thicken up. So otherwise, the foods have been pretty good. The wonton little wrappers were really good. My grandson ate, I think, 5 of them. He kept walking around with them, eating them, and he's a picky eater, like really picky eater. And he kept walking around. The little ball of sausage or the pork kept falling out. And I think the dogs were having a treat with that, but he loved the wrappers themselves. So then, since I had so many wrappers left over, I went ahead and made these little peanut butter desserts. So I made like the peanut butter that you would use like for peanut butter eggs, like Easter eggs, butter, peanut butter, confectionery sugar, mixed it all together, put just a little bit, probably about 2 teaspoons maybe, or maybe a half of it, 1 1/2, in the pocket. Folded it over. I was going to try to bake it. I decided against that. I was afraid that they wouldn't puff up enough, or if the peanut butter was started to melt, it might make it too runny. I went ahead and fried them up. And sprinkled a little bit of the powdered sugar on it, and it was really good. They're probably Lee's new favorite dessert. He's shaking his head yes. They're very good. They're crispy, and then they got that little bit of peanut butter burst in the middle, and then a little bit of confectionery sugar on the outside. So if you have any leftover wonton wraps, you might want to give that a shot. All right, this is ready to bake. It said just to pour it over top of the chicken, let them bake. Get that sauce out of there. All right, so all right, I'll see you in about 7 minutes. Hello and welcome back. We just finished the rustico. It took more than like 9 minutes. That one thicker piece of chicken did take a lot longer, so I had to cook it for a while. So this is the chicken rustico with roasted root vegetables and all of the seasonings on it. So we're going to give it a try here. There you go, Lee. What's the matter? What you need? It shouldn't need salt and pepper because I added it all. And we'll see. It's good.
I'm just trying out the what are these, like baked vegetables? Mm-hmm. Those are really good.
The chicken's good. It needs a little something. Maybe a little more salt and pepper. I put a little bit on there.
Try my best to get all the vegetables in one bite if I can.
Yeah, the vegetables are good. The seasoning. Here, let me show you a carrot. Look at all of that seasoning packet on there. So it's pretty crusted, and then you get that flavor kind of stuck in your mouth. Probably want to watch yourself, make sure you don't have green teeth by the time you're eating it. But the chicken itself tastes really good.
Yeah, I really like the topping. The combination of whatever. I didn't actually
it's
see what you had mixed
balsamic with honey as a glaze.
Okay.
With onions and baby tomatoes.
So it's got a really good flavor to it. The only kind of qualm is that the like it didn't kind of make its way into the chicken at all. So that's just kind of
I totally agree. I don't know if it just didn't cook it up. I think if I put it in a baking dish, I don't think I have a baking dish small enough for 2 little pieces. It might have and cooked it at a slower temperature. Maybe it would have soaked in some of the flavor. Right now, it's just everything on top of the chicken. So you get the chicken flavor, and you're adding in the other flavor. I think if it had soaked in, it would have been a much better deal.
Yeah, I mean it's good.
It's still good.
Can't complain about it.
No,
but, if I had one thing I would have liked to see that kind of had that make its way in, but that can be kind of difficult to pull off anyway sometimes.
Yeah,
so.
but again, it could have been. It was very nonchalant about put it in the pan and bake it. But maybe it needed to be. It didn't give me a temperature change. I left it at 400, which is what it said for the root vegetables. It never said to lower the temperature. Cook it. It just said cook it for 5 to 7 minutes until it's done. So I think it would have been better if it had cooked a little slower, incorporated some of those flavors into it. But otherwise, still a very good meal. Didn't take very much time. All I had to chop was the potatoes. The baby carrots were left whole, and I had to slice the onion. That was it. So it was very simple. So, well, thank you for joining me, and I will try to get to something else here this week. I'm off. This is Monday, Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Sorry.
I had to think about it myself.
Yeah, it's a Tuesday, so hopefully we can try to get to this, to another one. I just got 3 more. This was still from my last week's. And then we're going to go do a taste test video if you'd like to join us for that as well. So take care. See you soon.